Okay, this is a video on how to change your fuel filters on a 6.4 diesel. They're a little easier than a 6.0. This one right here is your oil fill cap. This one is your fuel filter, secondary. And they look a little closer in size than a 6.0, so they might be more confusing. But this one is your fuel filter. I like to do the top one first, secondary fuel filter here. It's a 36 millimeter. Special socket for it. You can use a regular socket for like axle nuts, but this is a special shallow one for the frame rail fuel filter, so you can get in there a little easier. It's going to release some pressure. Going to get some spillage either way. These are like new. Okay. Tilt it a little bit. Drain most of it out. Put it flat. Put it in some kind of container right away, else should be spilling everywhere. Now is a good time to check your fuel bowl here. Make sure there's not a lot of debris in it, namely metal shavings. This is one of the places we check when we check for sticking PCV and VCV valves in the high pressure pump. Take a pick and get the old O-ring off, changed every time. They should come with the new fuel filters. Get that off one-handed. Always put fresh on. These are Ford fuel filters I'm putting on. Okay, I got it all cleaned up in there. That's all cleaned up. That's the groove it goes into, in case you didn't know. That's the O-ring right there. That one right there is the O-ring. That's the groove it goes into, not this one. And the threads are clean on this one. The inside's cleaned up. This new filter, that part goes in. Just snaps in. Then you bring it over here. Right now it's like half empty, the fuel bowl. If you go in slow, you'll be fine. You had some spillage pulling it out anyways, so I wouldn't go through the effort of draining it, suction gunning it out, whatever you want to call it. So then these ones, yeah, they have a torque spec. It's right in the cap, 27 newton meters, whatever it is. I just tighten them until they're tight. Once you're done and it's tight, just wipe the surrounding areas so that when you run it, you do your checks for fuel seepage, spitting, whatever it is. You got an accurate check. Make sure you're not leaking fuel. Okay, onto the primary fuel filter. It has the different colored O-ring, greenish, tannish color. It's thicker, smaller. And of course, this is the primary fuel filter. This right here is for improved sealing. It's a new design on the Ford filters. It was not there previously. Since it's tighter axis down there, I use a serpentine belt tool with a 3/8 on there, 3/8 drive, and my same socket. I get the leverage and the nice and shallow then, all the way through. Down here at the primary, first thing you gotta do is drain the fuel, so it can drain the whole time you're unscrewing the cap down here, and that gets rid of all the debris and the, you know, it's the collection bowl for water. And you let that drain into your drain pan the whole time you are unscrewing that cap right there. There's the cap. There's a big main wire loom they put right in front of it on the 6.4s. And there's a little wire retainer right there, a push pin type. It holds it into the frame rail. You're going to have to use a big cat claw type deal. And, you know, something like this. And get in there and pop it so it can go away. Once it's popped, push it just, you know, up and out of the way. Something like that right there. And that's about the best you're gonna get it out of the way. Once you get it so far and you're past that O-ring, you'll do it a lot faster and do it by hand. But as you'll be able to tell here, you're still gonna get something out of there. Woo woo. Let's pull that puppy right out. A little twisting action will feel like it's coming out easier. Hitting on that. What I do, I take a clean rag, get inside there. If anything, on the bottom. That's where all sediment is gonna go. And get it out of there. These almost always have sediment in them. You might as well get, you know, it out of there. In the meantime, it's probably done draining. Get most of this cleaned up on the frame rail. Okay, same thing. Clean the cap, clean the threads, new O-ring. This one actually, you put the new filter in first to the housing instead of putting it into the cap. And you do it just like this. This end goes in first. You have to get past that wire harness. And you'll feel it like that. See how it's like that? It's like almost like on a spring. Right? As far as it goes. That's fully in there, and the cap will take care of the rest as far as the end result. See, I got the harness out of the way, and it's still a pain to get by it without issue. See, us tighten that one down, same thing, about as tight as you can go. So tighten this up until it stops, and then give it like another quarter turn. It'll be fine. It's not going to leak. And then we're wipe the rest of this down. We're on to bleeding the low pressure fuel system. Now comes bleeding the low pressure fuel system. Very important part. You get air into the high pressure system and you'll be bleeding that forever. So you might as well do this right. Do it once. All you gotta do is turn the key on to run position. Don't start it. Wait 30 seconds. Turn it off. And repeat 6 times total. After that, start it. Let it idle. Go check all your fuel caps for leakage, and let it idle for a while. And it will go through, and it has a return port, and any small air bubbles that got patched through there will actually bleed out while it's running.